I want to share, I guess, a couple things. You and I talked about like how I personally lost millions. I think you might have done the same thing. One of the first things is that you aren't selling your customers more products. So one of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of entrepreneurs have. So I had Circle of Greatness Academy where we had thousands of people come in. Yes, it was kind of naughty, but we had no upsells, we had no downsells, we had no order bumps. So I was essentially getting the dollar or whatever that funds was from a one time, and that's all I was getting. And we talked about that. So it's not having that in place. So everybody here needs to find a way, if it's not continuity in your sales process, how do I get a customer to, how do I increase the average order value every single time? So for me, the biggest thing I tell entrepreneurs, the quickest way to increase your revenue is to refine your sales process. Like for me in the funnel, can I add an order bump? Can I add an upsell? Can I add a downsell? So my first thing I look at is what are you currently doing? Because if you're already making money through the sales process, all we got to do is refine it. I tell people the best time for a buyer to buy something is after they already bought something.
Exactly.
So that's one thing. I will also sell something on your thank you page because people are going to read that video, right? I'll also sell something again, and I don't want to get too tactical on y'all, but sell something again in the confirmation email because they're going 100% open that email.
Gotcha.
So that was one thing I would say customers do that. The second thing is I tell customers sometimes you only got one product, meaning I tell them you need to create multiple tiers in your business. When you go to McDonald's, there's a small, medium, and a large for a reason, right? Yep. You are, a lot of times people are sending their, you and I are somebody's premium customer.
Exactly.
We ask this question, what's the best thing do you have and do you have anything after that? Mm-hmm. Those are the type customers you and I are, but some people come in here and make a mistake and sell Lamar and I an ebook. We want your mastermind. We want to come kick it with you. We want more information.
I tell you something that'll it'll blow your mind, but it won't surprise you. Yeah. When we had this building that we sitting in, we bought the building, and downstairs we gutted out the bottom. We had 3 contractors come talk to us. Mm-hmm. And the first contractor was the one I wanted to give the business to the most. You know why I didn't? Mm-hmm. His vision was too small. Mm. He kept trying to talk me into a lower price of what we could do this. And I said, hey, it's a bathroom on the far wall of this side, the bathroom wall that side. I want to bring those together. Oh, man, you got to dig up the concrete for that. Yeah. That's going to cost you too much money. Instead, I just would leave them where they at. Yeah. So I don't want to do that. Then as I laid the vision out to him that I had, instead of him saying, okay, it's going to cost you more, but here's an option. But if you want to do it, we can do it. He literally kept trying to shrink the vision. Mm. So I literally was like, he's trying to play too small. Yep. And even though he was trying to save me money, it was money that I wanted to invest because I had a bigger vision than what he had because I knew what my future in this building was. Mm-hmm. So like you said, I was a premium buyer. He was treating me as if I wasn't. Yeah. And in the end, he never got the call back. So he didn't even get to compete with the other 2.
That's good. And just to add, as I was saying, I look at me, I'm a Rolls Royce customer. The only reason why Mercedes-Benz created the Maybach is because they were sending all of them premium customers to Rolls Royce. And I look at a lot of people like, yo, you're selling your Rolls Royce customers a Honda Civic. So I tell them you need to create a 3-tier pricing model, right? Whether I'm making this up, but just say bronze, silver, gold, whatever you want to name it. But to work with you with certain levels you can work with. To work with me is almost a ladder of ascension. Yep. So I tell people you need to immediately do that. So anybody listening to this podcast, they can go do that right now and tomorrow instantly make money.
That's good. It's crazy listening to you talk about this because it's what we see continue like day after day after day. Like you said, if somebody only got one thing, and that's what we started with movies, we had that one DVD, we missed so much money. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then even when we had multiple DVDs, then we had bundles, so we made a lot more. Yeah. We still left a lot more on the table because we thought all our people would buy was a DVD. Mm-hmm. But we didn't realize later on they would buy a course. Yep. Later on they would buy a conference. Yep. Later on we did 4 cruises. Yep. We could have did all them 4 cruises in year 1. Yep. Wow. So literally we found out that we had people that were willing to spend thousands, but our only offer was $25.
Wow. And another thing, just anybody here who's not collecting their customer's number, you're also leaving money on the table. Yeah. I was talking to Lamar earlier, and I know Lamar got the admin team and everything. And I hate to bother people. I'm like, bro, you mind sending me the address? He said, you know, my admin emailed you and everything. And I'm like, yo, I suck with email. Like I really run a lot of things through a text. Like I rarely check email. The team check the email. But
I'm old, man. You know.
Yeah, no. But think about just as that's how customers are. Like,
right, you're right.
They maybe not always looking in their email, but you send a deal to my phone via text. Right. Let me go get that. But a lot of times customers, so one of our requirements when we partner with people with different things, do you got a text list? I'm almost not even willing to work with you if you don't have that, because I need to be able to get right to the customers, because the email open rate generally, if you're good, is 20, 30%. Right. If you're exceptional, which means out of 10 people, only 3 people are opening it, you being exceptional. Out of 10 people in the text, you might get 7 to 9 of them open it. So everybody immediately, they need to go in and make sure they're doing, whether community, whatever software you want to use, but start doing texting. It's important.
Right. So that was perfect. So we talked about, connecting with people. We talked about how they can get more sales where they at right now. What about people running to it and say, well, Neo, this sounds great, but I ain't got nobody to sell it to. What should they do? When I get in front of people, I can convert them, but I just ain't got enough people to convert.
Yeah. So I call that OPA, other people audiences, other people's stages. Find a way to get in front of other people's audience and stages. So Facebook ads, of course, YouTube ads. We're going all in on YouTube right now. So we're building everything out to just go big on YouTube, because think about it, when you're on Instagram, you're not searching, learn how to make more money online. It's not a search bar to say that. When you're on Facebook, there's no search bar to say learn how to make more money online. Yeah. You're only going to go do that on Google or YouTube.
Right.
So I'm taking all of my efforts there. So first, if I'm that individual, I would start putting value content on YouTube, letting the world know you're extremely good at what you do. And I'm going to add some links down there below so they can go in and tap into whatever that this individual got on. Second thing, I would start finding podcasts, different platforms that you can get on. Reach out to them and see if you can get on. One thing that you could do, which is relevant now, is you could pay to get on people's podcasts, whatever that price may be. Some people charge 1,000, some people charge 10,000, whatever the number is, and just get in front of people that way. It's funny. I got on the podcast, and I think it was like 10 grand or 11 grand to get on this podcast. And I didn't really make no money on the front end, right? It wasn't like, but just a month ago, somebody joined my inner circle. I'm like, see, that was 6 months ago.
Money back. That's
money back and
right, and more.
It was a great investment, right? So something like that, I would tell people, look for audiences, start doing joint Instagram lives, joint YouTube lives. You just gotta, it's easier to get on somebody else's audience than build your own.
Yeah, and much faster.
Much faster.
So let's take it for a second, because I love what you just talked about. Because I think a lot of people, for one, even when they think about buying audience, all they thinking about is Facebook ads, Instagram ads. But you saying, hey, you know what? Like, hey, buying a podcast is still buying audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Great
you still
way.
Can get leads, right? So you still can do that. Direct mail can still do it.
Yeah.
I've been telling a lot of my people, I want them to go sponsor more events.
Yeah.
Because we've done some event sponsorships. Where
tell me about it. I need to do it too.
Yeah. So we would go into. We had a chamber. A black chamber of commerce, right, which is full of black business owners, which is our avatar. And they came to me, they hit me out the blue, and they said, hey, we having this event. We're going to have X amount of people there. I forgot how many it was. And they got different levels of sponsorship. The top tier was only like $5,000.
Right, yeah.
But check this out. I think the bottom, the one beneath that was like $1,500. So I said, which one I got to do? Because I want to speak. So to speak, they say to speak, you do one $1,500, we get you on the speaker. So
yeah, no brainer.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, the $1,500 through Facebook.
Yeah.
It's like smoke in the air, right?
Exactly.
So I do $1,500.
To your ideal customers.
To ideal customers. Nobody took the top level.
Yeah.
So they bumped me. And I believe the other one at that level might have been like a car dealership, like a luxury car dealership. But they bump us up to the top. They treat us well. They give us a vendor table. I do a lunchtime keynote.
Yeah.
I do everything there. And then from that event, I got people at that event that's showing up at the next conference. People showing up at the next conference, people is joining the mastermind, right? So it's like a flow of it back. But what I've been telling some of my clients is that oftentimes you can go into events, small and medium-sized events, and it's all cost per lead again, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you know what? Facebook might be getting you a $10, $15, or, online, depending on what you're doing with the niche is, you might be paying this amount of cost per lead. You could do the same thing, but just in a different medium.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing it live, but which one is worth more to me? The person that see my 30-second ad on Facebook or the person listen to me speak. If you hear me speak for 30, 40 minutes.
It's over with.
Yeah. And then you come talk to me at the table.
Yeah. It's over.
Then you can reach out and connect me. So I think, like I said, people get stuck.
Yeah.
Because they just say, okay, this is what I see everybody doing.
It's the traditional stuff.
Yeah. But it's really looking at, like you said, what are all the opportunities out? Just recently, I said, man, I need to go back to what I was doing before, because Facebook was good. Like when Facebook first started, we was able to get way more granular data than we could before. Yeah. But we used to do movies. What I used to do is I used to do radio ads. So I did an interview the other day. I talked to the rep. I was like, I need to get back in this. Because like you said, once everybody moved into some place, the place where they used to be
is open.
It's open and it's opportunity.
Hey, and it's funny you say that, LeBar. So my man, AD Dolphin, I don't know, his company's called D Herbs. He's on Steve Harvey's show. He like, bro, I'm going so crazy on radio right now. He talking about he going crazy. And I'm like, man, everybody's saying it's old. I'm like, he said, no, this radio got me turned. So it's funny. I'm going to radio now. And the second thing, you sitting here talking, that's why. This is another thing, y'all. People got to learn how to become an executor. Like, you sitting here talking about the event play, and while you talking, I'm listening, but I'm like, how quickly can I run it? So my mentor, ET, just had an event here in Atlanta. And it's funny, he had a sponsorship option. It was a 15K option and a 50K option. And hopefully this will help somebody, but I don't think any of those options include speaking. But now that I think about it, I should have did the 15K option, right? You get a booth outside, right? But can I speak for 3 minutes? I ain't gonna go give them a bunch of game, but yo, I wanna do something special for your audience. I wanna give everybody in this room a $300 ticket to my challenge, VIP challenges. I want to give everybody in this room it for free. What I just did right. It was 3,500 people in that room. If I would have got 10 to 20% of the individuals to opt in, I just acquired.
Right. And quality, not just people.
Ideal customers.
People that invested in the ticket, people that traveled in town, people that got hotels.
Yo, you got me going. You got me like, why didn't I do it right? You literally got me thinking, why didn't I do it?
Here's the thing in a play like that. When you look at something like that, even when they don't have it available, a lot of time events don't have it available just because they haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
So for the same person, it's a lot of places where 15K would be the top of their scale. So for the person 15K that has no speaking opportunity, when you ask, and even they say, well, now we got it full. Well, if you say, well, what if I see you got 15K? Well, can we make it 20 or 25? Then let me get on that stage for 20 minutes. And 20 minutes is enough for you to captivate the audience, give them a strong call to action, and then move them. For a lot of people, where a lot of events where they don't make the money. Like your conference, our conference, like we can do them without sponsorships needed because we sell a product, we serve the people, and we can make money. But a lot of conferences, that's not the case. Right. So like it's just a ton of opportunity. But it's really all about people like thinking beyond and looking at what's there. And what I found out, like, really is like looking at what worked before. Because like I said, we get so caught up in like, oh, TikTok is next, right? Or this thing is next, or this thing is next. And it can be, but still, like those things that work traditionally still work. And especially once everybody vacate them to do the next thing, then it's all over. It's opportunity. It's riches there.
Like, I don't know, like, it's unfortunate. People listening to this, they're listening to this for free. This is a mastermind we're having right now. I don't know if they like, this is a legit. I heard about 3 different plays at least somebody can go make an extra 100K with. Just on this free episode. I don't know. I hope they didn't, because I'm sitting there literally thinking about how many events can I sponsor in the next like 3 months.
Let me tell you how I got. So this is how I got this. We went to an Infusionsoft conference in 2015. I saw a company sponsor it, but it wasn't like a huge software company. It was like a dude with an agency. And the dude with the agency probably had like less than 10 employees. And he was like the platinum sponsor of this 4,000 or 5,000 person event in the Fitness Convention Center. And I'm like, how does this happen, right? Because I'm used to, IBM or Microsoft, somebody like that being a sponsor. So he speaks on the stage because he's like the platinum sponsor. Now this ain't no 1510.
Yeah.
This probably like,
Yeah.
and I look later. I think when I look later, like platinum sponsorship might have been like 150K or something like that, 200K.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how can and this is like, before, like early on when you kind of like how does this work, right? So he speaks during the actual conference. Then he says, hey, I'm having a special nighttime session tonight.
Yeah.
They got golden tickets for everybody, give out special tickets for everybody to come. Hey, it's this time. And the conference had ended, but they had like another room in the conference center. I go, and this is the first time I seen Hot Ticket. I seen him close about $250,000 in the back of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first time I saw that much. And it blew my mind.
Yeah,
The first time you see it, it blow your mind about everything that's possible in life. And I walked in the hallway and I called my wife, Ronnie, and I'm like, I just seen this dude make $250,000. And this is like just the initial rush.
Yeah.
Because soon as I just want to see what happens. So he did the initial rush, I just walked outside. And I was like, this is just the people that walked back there in the first wave. It's gonna be more wave. It's gonna be people that gotta talk to their wife or husband. It's gonna be whatever. And then he got an agency. So a lot of that could probably be recurring, residual over and over and over again. And it's everything you're talking about. Like you just got to be in certain spaces. So where you see certain things happen and they stretch you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us now had the opportunity to see things that we didn't necessarily grow up with.
Yeah.
But at this point, once you've grown, it's nobody's fault but your own if you're not there.
Yeah.
So, this is good.
Man, you got me sitting here. I'm thinking of I'm still on the ET event. Man, I'm about to go find a lot of events this next couple months.